In this video, we're going to talk about the functionality of the fills docker of MemorialDESIGNER. If you don't see the fills docker, you might be on a different one. So just click on fills here. If you don't see the tab for fills docker, you'll want to go to MemorialDESIGNER and check the box for fills. If it's unchecked, it's not going to be there. If it is checked, then it should be over on the right-hand side. The fills docker has two main sections. We've got the favorite fills section and the granite fills section. Most of the time, I'm going to want to have both of those open. If you've never added any favorites, you're not going to see anything up here. So the first thing to talk about is how to add favorites. In the granite fills section below, if you right-click, you can save favorite, and it will add it to this list. In either section, you can right-click on your favorite and click on settings, and that will let you rename the fill to however you want to name it. It will also let you choose the default size. And if you want, you can add tags so that you can search for other things. For instance, if we wanted to know that this came from India, or if we wanted to give it a different name, or if we just wanted to say that it's an import color instead of a domestic. Separate your tags by commas and then click Save. That will allow you to come down here to the search bar and search for things like import. And then whatever you have tagged with that will show up here. So if I search for black, for instance, that will pop up any fills that have the word black in them, or tags. If you don't want to see that anymore, just click the icon again, and it'll go back to the list without the search bar. The favorites section does allow you to drag and drop to reorganize your fills if you wanted to organize them by color, for instance. So this one is a little out of place. So if I drag that up in the list, then it will reorganize my colors for me. If you want to resize your color swatches, you can click on here, drag it as small or as big as it will allow. I like to get them to fit as close to the edge as possible, depending on how many I want to see at a time. And so if you click and drag, you can get it pretty close, and then just use your right and left arrow keys. And every time you click it, it'll make them a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. Right for larger, left for smaller. The granite fills section does allow you to create your own. If you want to, you click Save. It will pop up a template where you can put the fills inside of each of these objects and then click Save again to save your file. But we won't do that in this video. In addition to granite fills, we also have stain colors. If you want to set the stain colors, this stain color here maps to whatever in your document is 100% black. If I right click on it, you can choose any different color there. Same thing for this one. This one maps to anything that's 100% white. You can change that. And you can either apply them by clicking on the colors themselves, or when you fill a design with a granite color, it would then apply those fills as well. I'll go ahead and open up a template file to show you how that works. I'll hit O to open by number, type in 315 and hit open. And as you can see, some of the text is black, some of it is white, and then we've also got a stone on a base. So with nothing selected, if I choose a granite color, it will fill with that granite color and at the same time apply the stains. So you can see that the black turned to gray and the white turned to gold leaf. If I make changes, back to black, back to white, and then reapply the color, you'll see how it changes. Granite fills do apply to selection only as well if you want. So if I do only select the top and fill it, it will fill that without filling the base. If I have previously filled a color and I don't remember exactly what color it is, I can go ahead and click on it, click the question mark button, and then it will tell me what color it's been filled with. If I've filled my drawing and I don't want to show the fills anymore, I can click to grayscale, which will just take it back to the unfilled version. If I want to see them again, I can hit restore fills and it'll bring them back. Granite fills are based on first applying a certain grayscale value to your drawing first. You can do that either with the color palette or with this color chooser here. You can set them to the way that you want them to end up being filled. So if I wanted the base to be polished, I can click on it and either hit 6 on the keyboard or click on polish. And that way when I fill it in, it will then be polished instead of rock pitched. In order for it to work, it does tag those objects as being polished, rock pitched, etc. So if I want to tell it not to be that way anymore, I could select everything and hit the Forget Fills button and just say yes, that I want to forget that it ever had any special fills applied to it. Whether or not it asks to fill things when you click on them or when you open or save is based on what you have in the settings dialog. So if you click on that, these are the defaults that I like to have, where it will restore the granite fills after I save, but it's not going to prompt me to do anything else when I save or open the file. It will automatically remember the fills on save and bring them back when I open it up. If your Docker's not working, it's likely because it can't find the fills. So you would click on this folder icon here, navigate to the Memorial Designer folder in your Documents folder or wherever you have it located, click on Granite Fills and say Select Folder. And then it will know where to look for them. If you want to remove any favorites, you can right-click on it and say Unfavorite, and that will pull it from that list. If you want to share this list with others in your company or anybody else, you can find the favorite fills in Windows File Explorer. If you navigate to your Memorial Designer folder, that is typically inside Documents, there's a Granite Fills folder in there. Inside that, there is a Favorites folder, and this favorites.fav file includes all of your favorites. So if you copy this to any other computer and put it in the same location, it will have the same favorites. If we double click on it to look at it, it's simply a list of the favorites in the order that you want them shown. So to recap, the Fills Docker will allow you to apply fills to your design with a single click. You can also rename, reorganize, and only show the ones that you want to.